Tell him good morning. Here, over here. Tell him good morning. Hey. He says hey. He says hey. Good morning, everybody. You know what time it is. Welcome back to Table Talk with Chris and Caspian. I'm Chris. That's Caspian. He's already had his morning meditation. It's called Sleeping for 14 Hours, and honestly, I respect it. So today's Saturday, May 9th, and the daily reading handed me something I wasn't expecting this early in the morning. It's titled, Write About It. The quote at the top says, we sit down with a notebook, ask for guidance, pick up our pen, and start writing. And the reading goes on to say that when we're confused or in pain, our sponsors tell us to write about it. Now, I don't know about you, but the first time someone told me to write about it, my internal response was, really? That's it? That's the spiritual wisdom? Write about it? But here's what the reading says happens when you actually do it. You get clarity of thought. You find the keys to locked places inside yourself. And you hear a voice of conscience. What you hear in the stillness, you put down on paper. It's not just journaling. It's more like putting a flashlight into a dark room. You might not love what you see, but at least you can see it. Now, I had some thoughts I jotted down yesterday that connect to this. And I want to share them because I think they tie together in a really interesting way. I wrote this question: what if the principles concealed within the steps are the power greater than ourselves? Think about that for a second. We spend a lot of time looking up for a higher power out there somewhere. But what if it actually is in the work, in the honesty, in the surrender, in the willingness to sit down and write when you don't feel like it? Some of us think of God as good, orderly direction. That's one way to look at it. Others find their higher power in the fellowship, strength in numbers, in the rooms, in the people who show up, in the fact that none of us have to do this alone. Some folks have their own acronym for that. Should I say it? Group of drunks or group of drug addicts. There's like 400 12-step programs. I don't know if they all have acronyms. So no judgment. It works for a lot of people. Here's the point I landed on. Either way, the results come from doing the work. There's no acronym for that one. You just got to do it. Now, here's where it gets a little bit philosophical, maybe even mystical, but stay with me. Caspian always leaves during this part. Have you ever thought about the word spelling, as in spelling out letters to form words? The word spell does double duty. Yeah, I said duty. The word spell does double duty in English. It means both to arrange letters into words and to cast a magical incantation. That's not a coincidence that people just shrug at. Ancient traditions, Hebrew mysticism, Egyptian hieroglyphics, Latin incantations, all treated language as inherently powerful. The spoken word, the written word, it wasn't just communication, it was creation. And when you put it all together, the idea is this: symbols arranged with intention have real power over minds and reality. So when the reading says pick up your pen and write, it's not a homework assignment. It might actually be one of the most powerful things you can do today. You're not just processing feelings, you're spelling something into existence. Clarity, purpose, a new way of seeing the world and yourself. Caspian, are you following this? He's processing it internally. He's a very spiritual cat. The just for today from the reading says, one of the ways I can search for truth in recovery is to write. I will write about my recovery today. And I think that's the invitation this morning. Not to have it all figured out, not to have some profound revelation, just to sit down, get quiet, and write something. Even if it's just, I don't know what I'm feeling and I don't know where to start, that is a start. The principles are in the work. The power is in the practice. And apparently, the magic is in the spelling. Who knew fourth grade was so spiritually significant? Take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. We'll see you at the next table talk. Caspian's always gone at this point. Peace out. See you for mindfulness in the morning with Chris and Caspian.